Well, let's bring in tech expert Shelly Palmer. He's here with us to tell us what new and exciting features might be coming to a smartphone near you.
A smartphone near you, absolutely. Before we get to smartphones near you, we'll get to a new smartphone, which is Nokia's Lumia Icon.
Bright screen.
Now, if you are a Windows person, this is a Windows 8.1 phone. And ordinarily, I'm not a huge fan of Windows phones, but this newest Windows phone is fantastic. And one of the things it has that I like the best is a 20 megapixel camera, but and it's thin enough to not have the little funny thing with the 44 megapixel, right, that nobody knew. This thing is just a great camera, and it's also got Cortana in it. Now, Cortana or Cortana, what's the, we could ask it, what's the temperature outside? And just like Siri, it's going to tell you.
Right now, it's 65 and foggy.
Oh,
and so it's the Siri of the Windows phone.
It is the Siri of the Windows phone. And the difference is this may be the most personalizable phone I've ever touched. Not only can you completely personalize the graphical experience, which you can do on an Android and an iOS phone to an extent, here you can make this thing anything you want it to be. Cortana, or Cortana, depending on how you want to pronounce it, really learns from you in a way that Siri doesn't. So you could say, like, I have to call my wife later, but make sure I remind her that your new haircut looks nice. And when you go to press to call your wife, it will tell, Cortana will come on and say, hey, also remember, you got to tell this to your wife. You tell your hair that you like her haircut. It's a really strange...
Interesting.
No, it's a really super strange way to think about a phone, but this personal assistant keeps a notebook and it really understands what you like. It's very different.
That's interesting.
It's very different from any of the personal digital assistants or personal assistants we've seen so far. So this is kind of a cool phone, and it's only $99 at Verizon right now, which makes it, and it's super powerful. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's a good feel.
Yeah, nice.
It's a pretty thin, light, very powerful, good camera, good processor, 32 gigabytes of storage, all the tech gobbledygook you'd want. I would endorse this phone if you're a Windows person in a serious way.
All right, for Apple people, though, you said something interesting that you had heard, perhaps that the iPhone 6 could be out by the end of this month, and maybe with it iOS 8?
So iOS 8 is already been sort of explained to all the developers at the developers conference. I'm not sure when the phone's coming out. No one's sure. But what we do know is what is going to come out is a developer kit called Health Kit and an app called Health. The Apple Health app, maybe some people have seen commercials on television for it already. They've been running a kind of a funny 60-second spot. This app takes all of your health apps. You know, I wear the Jawbone Up on my wrist, and I've been using it to count calories and count steps along with MyFitnessPal. What the new Health app from Apple does is it combines absolutely all of your apps and even all of your hardware into one dashboard on the iPhone or your iOS device.
Wow.
This is pretty impressive because the biggest problem with all of the fitness tracking wristbands and all the digital scales and all of the things you can use in quantified self has been that they all have separate apps and you can't put it all together. Now you can put all this stuff together inside of one iOS 8 app called Health, and the Health Kit, Developers Kit, helps developers do that. So you can expect an unbelievably big push from Apple on personal health and quantified self, and I think that's kind of exciting in iOS 8.
Shelly, thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure.
And you look great. I mean, I know that you are using this wisely.
I am. About 55 pounds so far.
Very nice.
Amazing. That's awesome. Good
Have
for
a good
you.
Tuesday, Shelly. Thank you very much.